And we're back at the Profitability Show with Laurie Guest, customer service expert, professional speaker, and secret shopper.
The word's out.
I know, the word is out now. So, okay, this is a part of the show that I always find really interesting because there's so many ways to monetize a business. There can be, revenue streams coming in from all over, and it's really interesting to find out about different companies and how that works. So we would like to know, Laurie, what are the different ways, what are the different revenue streams you have? What are the ways that you monetize your business?
Well, I have to tell you that this is the area that I found most surprising and most exciting about the speaking business. Because when I went into it, I assumed it was, I give a speech, I get paid.
That's what
And
I would
that's
think.
how it is.
Yeah.
And the better you are, the more you get paid, the better clients you find, the more you get paid, and the more you do, the better. So if you want to be on the road 200 days a year, you're going to make more money than somebody that's on the road 60 days a year.
So far,
And
everything
that's-
you said is what I would think. So
yes,
tell
it
us
makes
what's
perfect
not.
sense.
Yeah.
Well, then I started to stumble into, and here's where I think the takeaway is for anybody listening to this, is that sometimes we have a talent for something that we have no idea people will pay money for it. For example, creativity is my strongest attribute. I have a lot of weaknesses, but that's not what this show is about. So we are not talking about the weaknesses right now. But one of my greatest strengths is my ability to talk, connect with people, and creativity. And when I would talk to meeting planners on the phone, they're the ones who are going to hire me to come in to speak. In the beginning, I would just accept the job and get however much I was going to get for it. And then one day I was talking to a group and they really didn't know what they were doing. A lot of the people I work for, they're volunteer committees. It's not somebody paid full time to do it. So the group changes every year and they really don't know what they're doing. And I could tell in the phone call that they didn't know. So at one point I very gingerly said, would you be open to hearing some ideas on how you could really make this meeting pop and get butts in seats? Because that's what they care about, butts, people paying to be there. And the reaction from the meeting planner surprised her. She goes, oh my gosh, is that something we could pay you to do? I wasn't even thinking about being paid to do it. And she caught me off guard. And instead I went, oh my goodness, no, you don't have to pay me. I just want to give you some ideas. And then after I hung up, I thought, if somebody says, can I pay you? That means they were willing to. Maybe I should rethink that. And so I started to say to people who acted like they were struggling, I found a way to say, and just so you know, if it's of interest to you, we have a package you can buy where I will provide you with blah, blah, blah. And I would go through the right wording to get butts in seats. I will work with you to create a theme. Keep in mind, I go to hundreds of meetings a year. So I've seen about everything there is you can do creatively. And I found out that people were willing to pay for that. At one of the events, I have a program that's called Managing the Red Carpet, where I have the license that lets me show famous movie clips and use that in the content. Well, this particular client had a lot of extra money, and they decided they wanted to turn it into an entire Oscar event. So they hired me to buy actual red carpet, velvet ropes. We built a concession stand.
Wow.
I had to find people who could just completely turn this lobby into something that felt like a movie theater. And they paid me many thousand extra dollars to coordinate the decorations.
This is something I didn't know about you. This is fantastic.
Who would have thought you could go into this job and get paid for your creative ideas? And so for the people who are listening to this, I really encourage you to, what comes easy for you? What do people go, gosh, I wish I could do that? So like Nick, what you do that comes so easy to you and so difficult to me is you're a techie kind of guy. You just know how to jump on an app and push the buttons and make it work. And I go, gosh, I have no idea how that works. So on a regular basis, I'm sending you notes and you're helping me out. Now, for you and I, that's inner circle favors. We're helping each other. But you have a talent that maybe many of my colleagues don't have. Are they willing to pay a fee to be the guy who figures it out? Well, you don't even have that on your menu list. So that's just a brief example, like where you go, well, I didn't even know people would pay for it.
That's right.
Because it comes easy for you.
No, and that's really interesting, and that's really how we started the production services department at Revisit. Was everybody just after you hear enough times. This is another thing for those listening. If you hear enough time the same question, and you don't have an answer for it, so when people would say, can I just pay somebody to do this for me? I don't have to think. Can you just do this? How much would it be if you would just do this for me? Okay. After a while, you go, apparently I should be doing this for you. And then
it's exactly what I'm saying.
You answer the call. So it's fantastic.
It's just amazing. And I know we talked a lot about the secret shopping thing, but that happened completely by accident. I was doing an event for a local 50 business owners, and I knew most of them, and I knew they're going to have an attitude that when I start teaching Customer Service 101, they're going to fold their arms and they're going to lean back and they're going to give that look of teach me something I don't know. Mm-hmm. And so I thought, well, how can I show them that they need to know this? I will go and shop them, and then I'll at least be able to say, And they loved it. Here's what another thing that's interesting on that. I give out a bronze, silver, and gold award to the people who do it best. Praise in public, criticize in private, right? On a
Oh, this is
consistent basis.
let's just clarify real quick. So you're saying
Yes.
when you do the event after you've secret shopped,
Yes.
then you award for the
Yes.
best customer service. Is that what you're saying?
Correct.
Okay.
Or the best slice of service, something special they did that's noteworthy. Because you have to praise in public
Okay.
and give the criticism in private. Because if I criticize people in public,
Yeah,
I'm
it's shaming.
not going to be
Yeah.
loved anymore, right? You've
Right.
shamed them.
Yeah.
But here's the interesting thing, and why I bring it up, is that I would think the people who get a confidential report with low ratings would be the ones who would want to hire me. No. The people who get the awards almost 100% of the time are the ones who want more from me.
Wow.
Isn't that interesting?
Wow.
And so, as entrepreneurs, we need to be thinking, we think our customer is one type of person. In my case, I thought it was the people who scored poorly. And so when people come up to you and say, oh my gosh, we got the gold award, you got to come in and tell the rest of the staff what happened. This is so fantastic. When I had enough people saying, you know what you should do is, it dawned on me, you know what I should do is I should have a program that's specifically designed for the reveal to the winners. If you got an award, we've got a special program just for your team. And I'd say 15 to 20% of the time we get hired to do that. That's an encore program. And all it took was a sentence to say, hey, if you want your whole staff to feel good about this win, let me bring it in and reveal it.
That is so cool.
I want entrepreneurs to be thinking when they say, boy, could I just pay you too? You got your answer.
Wow, that's great. So so getting back to your monetization, so you're getting paid to, and of course these are all variables, but you get paid to present your keynote speech or whatever for an organization, which is more of the Solutions Are Brewing brand, right? This is where you come in and you talk about what customer service culture and stuff like that. Is that what you're
or a lot of times it's pure entertainment or edutainment, so it's more of the soft skills. It might be just a humorous keynote that sets the tone of the meeting, so it may not even be on customer service, although there's always a thread of that because it's just a part of who I am.
Right. So then you have that, and then from that you branch out into the potential of the guest encounter, secret shopping, doing the reveal shows for different people. What about like any kind of online presence or products or anything else that's like passive income?
Yes, and I think that is so important. I don't care what industry you're in. There's a passive form of income that you need to think about. You don't have to be a speaker or a trainer to have a book or to have an online program.
That's
so
right.
I do have a book. It's called Wrapped in Stillness, A Personal Retreat Guide. That's the book that was dying to get out of me. And that's mostly back of room sales that goes with the humorous feel-good keynote. And then we have an online platform that we're currently getting ramped up that goes with guest encounters. Because what I found out is after I tell them what the treatment plan is, how to make it better, I was leaving them with the assignment of go make it better. And I was finding out they didn't have the tools to do that. So it only made sense. Why not offer them an online program? And we're doing that through Revisit. And I am so happy with how that's shaping up. I think of it like the Netflix of customer service.
Fantastic.
So you're able to go on there, you pay a flat fee, and you're able to access all the videos and the experts that are in this tank. It's not available yet, but as you're well aware, we're working hard to get it done. And I wish I'd thought of it sooner. I mean, if I would have realized that this passive income amounts to so much, I really would like to go back in time. But my dad always says you can't look backwards, you just got to look forward. So I always tell myself, well, maybe I wasn't ready 10 years ago. Maybe now is when I'm ready. And I certainly wouldn't be building it on Revisit if I hadn't met you 18 months ago. So I guess it was meant to be to wait until I encountered a great platform to do it on. So.
That's great. Well, thank you very much for that. So, and for those listening, although at the time of this recording, Guest Encounters is in full steam ahead mode. It's not released yet, but if it's released now, if it's available now, if you go to this show page on theprofitabilityshow.com, there will be a link that gets updated. When it's released, you'll be able to get it there. So just check in. Maybe it's already available. Who knows?
I sure hope so, because I don't want to be talking a year from now how I'm still ramping up. So that's my challenge. Throw it down.
I'm your accountability partner. That's not going to happen.
It will be ready.